Welcome to the new Mobility Congress at the Elektromobilni and ORLEN studio. Today I have the pleasure of hosting a really special guest, Dr. Anita Sengupta. Hello.
Hello.
It's really nice to meet you. Anita is a rocket scientist, aerospace engineer, and CEO and founder of Hydroplane. I'm impressed. Okay, Anita, you have worked for NASA for 16 years on the Dawn mission and the Curiosity project. Among others, how can missions to Mars help to fight climate change?
So I think the technologies that the space program generates are uniquely designed for really complex situations like landing something on Mars or sending people to the moon, and it requires you to be really innovative. The technologies typically have to be lightweight, super efficient, and so even though they're used for a use case on Mars, they actually can find ways of having them here at home. Like, for example, hydrogen fuel cells were the energy storage system for the Apollo mission as well as for Space Shuttle, and now we're using them in our airplane.
Okay. Your company, Hydroplane, works on fuel cell technology for aircraft. What are the main changes of aircraft, the decarbonization, and which challenges have you already managed to overcome in your project?
So for aircraft, obviously, they traditionally run on hydrocarbon fuel, which means that they're putting out CO2. So we want to mitigate that, which means we have to replace the existing propulsion system with an electric propulsion system. So our hydrogen fuel cell-based power plant provides electricity to an electric motor to turn the prop. And so the biggest challenge with electrification for any vehicle, especially for aircraft, is making it really lightweight. So basically increasing the specific power and the specific energy. And that's the reason why we have a custom fuel cell. And we were able to achieve the metric that we needed to provide the same range and the same payload fraction of the class of aircraft that we're working on electrifying.
Okay, Anita, when we can expect hydrogen-powered aircraft to be commercialized and take us on a zero-emission holiday?
Well, we have our aircraft now, which is obviously operational, and it is operating under experimental certificate right now. So usually it takes a few years to go through the certification process to allow it to be used for commercial purposes. So a few years, but it is operating now, so it's a real thing in terms of it being able to fly you from point A to point B. Of course, we're working on propeller-driven aircraft. We're not working on jet aircraft, but still, you could take a propeller-driven aircraft on your holiday, from an island location to another island location.
Very nice. Anita, thank you very much for the conversation. It was a pleasure to having you today. Thank you.
Thank you.